The E1 and E2 treaty visas are very popular for a variety of countries around the world, and we'll talk a little bit about the differences between each of those two types of visas. So the E1 visa is known as the treaty trader visa, and that is a visa based on a substantial amount of trade between about 80 countries around the world and the United States. So it has to be from one of those particular countries that has a special provision that accesses the ability to use this E1 visa. And those countries are located all throughout Asia, the Middle East, Latin America, and throughout the world. So if you come from one of those 80 countries and you do a lot of trade with the US, it can be trading in any types of goods or services. You can apply for that treaty trader visa. And again, it has to be substantial amount of trade. And the way we show substantial trade is through a high number of transactions or a high number of goods being received back and forth, and also a high dollar amount of those goods. And we can help you as a law firm to determine which pathway to pursue as we pursue that E1 treaty trader visa. The difference between E1 and E2 visas is that the E2 is a treaty visa also, but it's based on a substantial investment in the United States. So there's no trade requirement, but the difference is that the individual has to show that they made a substantial investment. And the US law does not specify a minimum amount of investment, but we deal with these cases from all around the world, and we would really recommend that the individual invest a minimum of about $150,000. It can be in any type of business, but as long as they've made that investment into a business, they can generally qualify for what's known as the E2 treaty investor visa. So that's the difference between the E1 and E2. E1 is for trade, E2 is for investment. But both of those visa categories, the individual must be a national from one of about 80 countries throughout the world that allows for this type of visa.